Our guest moving along in this segment is Aubrey Malia Ervin, from the Apollo and the By George Children's Museum. Good morning, Aub. Thanks for calling in.
Hi, how are you guys?
Great, thank you. You have a couple of things you wanted to make sure you got promoted on the program today. Go right ahead. The microphone is yours.
Hi. Okay, so we are really excited at the Apollo. We have 6 opening this weekend. It's the teen version of it, so that means that we have girls that are in high school that are the 6 queens of King Henry. And it's a rock concert style show that we're really proud of. And it's going to be a great show for you to come experience theater if it's the first time, and even if it's not the first time.
And what are your show days and times over the weekend, Aub?
We open Friday which is June 6th, and it's at 7:30. And then we have our second show and our last show on June 7th at 7:30.
What are you charging for tickets these days?
This show is $20 per person, no matter who the person is.
Oh, very nice. And how can you get the tickets?
Go to apollocivictheater.org or come to the door and buy them at the door.
Very good. Go ahead,
Tell us more about the performance. What's that? What is it going to be?
It's a musical.
It's a musical. It's like a rock concert style show about the 6 queens of King Henry. The tagline is divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
Wow.
5 for 6.
Yeah, and so it's kind of a empowerment kind of rock concert style where, they kind of, all these queens were his wife and no one ever talks about them, and so they're kind of like reclaiming their stories and explaining what happened. And so it's kind of a little bit history in there for everyone too.
Is your daughter in this?
She is. She is Catherine Howard. She's getting beheaded.
Oh!
Do you get to do that by chance?
No, I do not. But the really cool thing about this show is that it was an audition-only show. So there were several people who auditioned, and they all auditioned, and so, they got it truly based on their talents. A big goal for us at the Apollo is to offer more shows like this for, like, the teen. But it's hard because, just applying for the rights to pay for the show was $3,000. So, we would love to have a goal where at least once a year we could maybe get enough donations or a sponsor to sponsor a show so that these teens, either boys or girls, depending on what show we do, would be able to audition and do all their hard work and get into these shows and not have to pay any kind of fee to help,
Sure.
make it so the show could happen. This show almost didn't happen because of the cost of doing a show, and so basically everyone on staff is doing it out of pure passion. Coincidentally, it ends up being 6 of us that have committed the last couple of months to this show. And we all just kind of focused on our good talents. We had people who focused on lights, so the lights are amazing. We had people focus on sound, so it's probably the best sound we've ever had at the Apollo. We had someone focusing on music, so the girls could, really be healthy with their voices. I made the 6 costumes for the queens, and then we had another person who directed it, who, she just really focused on directing these girls and making sure that she could bring out the best of them so that they could really showcase each of the characters.
You used the term a while ago, audition only. I would have thought all shows have been through audition. What do you mean by audition only?
We do several youth shows throughout the year at the Apollo and their workshops, and so people pay to get into the workshop, and then part of the workshop is learning the process of being in a show, which is including an audition, but anyone who pays for the workshop gets into the show just by registering for the workshop. This time, we really didn't want to have any charge for anybody. We ended up having to because of the cost of the show, but in order to even be able to register for this workshop, you had to be invited. So we did a casting call, and we had about 25 girls audition, and then the people that made it through the auditions and the callbacks were then invited to join the cast. And they ended up having to pay to be a part of the show because of the cost, so we can make the show happen. But I really would like to find a grant or a sponsor or someone in the future that could help, or even if people started donating right now, and just when they said, in the notes, they would say this is for the teen show. It would just really make it so that these kids that have worked throughout the years at the Apollo and have gone through all the workshops could finally do a show where they really did just get in by audition only, and they didn't have to pay to offset the cost to do the show.
Is $3,000 pretty typical that you have to pay to be able to use a show?
Yeah. I mean, a show for all of the youth shows that we do, we pay between $3,000 and $5,000 for the rights just to do the show. That doesn't include the cost of any staff that we have to pay to lead the workshop, or the cost of the costumes, which could be, in this case, we've paid about $1,000 on the supplies, but then we still had someone who sewed all the costumes, which in this case was me. But it's like a pure labor of love, mostly in theater, because the rights cost so much that, we have to figure out how to cover those costs.
Well, at a particular scene, will there be more than one actor or actress on the stage at a time?
For this show or for
this show, for this particular show? You're talking about
this show, all
the
the
queens. Yeah.
We have 6 queens, and then we have 6 ladies in waiting. And so we have actually all 12 girls on stage the entire show. And then in addition to that, we have a full, I think there's 5-piece band on stage, and they've all donated their time too. They're students that are from Shenandoah University this time.
So as one queen is offed, the next one doesn't enter from stage right to take the place of that queen who just got off?
No, they are literally dancing for 90 minutes and singing for 90 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
For the show.
Do the ladies in waiting, when they kill off a queen, do they kill off her lady in waiting too, just out of curiosity?
I would assume that she's no longer employed at the castle.
But she's not necessarily killed off.
No,
I got some good news and bad news for you. Bad news is we no longer need your services. Good news is you're getting a better outcome than the last one.
Yeah, you didn't get beheaded.
That's a plus.
So.
Yeah, each day you come into work, that's a good day. Yeah. And Aubrey, will you make enough on this show to make up the cost of the $3,000 that it costs to put on the show?
If we sell enough tickets, and if we sell enough concessions, then yes, we will. And right now, ticket sales are doing pretty well. It's really a great show. I really couldn't say enough about it. I think everyone should come see it.
I agree. How's the marquee working out for you? Getting a bit more traffic from the beautiful sign out front?
Yeah, I think it's catching people's attention. People comment on it all the time. With it being grad season recently, we've gone ahead and we are letting people rent a space on the marquee just for purely like congratulations grad and that kind of thing, not for businesses or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So we've had a couple congratulations grad on there recently, and then I think on Sunday we have a grad party, so we'll have another, congratulations Ava on your senior recital.
Does the Apollos, do you guys still do the youth summer workshop?
Yes, we're getting ready to start that. We have a full 60 kids registered. We're going to be doing Newsies. And in the summer, it's the most intense of our workshops because it's a full Broadway production. So it's a 2-hour show in general. And then Newsies is going to be, we always do musicals in the summer, so it's dancing and singing. And it's for ages 4th grade to 12th grade.
Is that the extent of the summer programming, or is there another play or musical that will get put on as well?
That's the extent of our July programming. It's an intensive workshop where they will start the 1st of July, and the shows will be July 28th weekend, like that last weekend in July. So we basically have a month to get in there, audition the kids, and go. And we do not stop until that show closes.
All right.
Do you have any affiliation at all, even loosely, with Shepherd Contemporary Art Theater?
We have quite a few people we know from there that have acted on our stage, and so that's the extent of it. We would love to do more collaborations with area theaters and just, really be a bigger community than just our own Apollo community.
Aubrey, I have 60 seconds left. Go ahead and promote the play one more time, the musical.
Come see 16, the musical, on June 6th and 7th at 7:30, apollocivictheater.org, or just come buy the tickets at the door.
Well done. And by the way, on the way out here, I've got some special bumper music to take us into the commercial break. Do you know who Herman's Hermits are, or are you too young for that?
I'm not sure I know who they are.
Well, Herman's Hermits had a hit with I'm Henry VIII, so I'm going
Oh, perfect.
to take you out with that.
Very nice.
All right, there. All right, so have a great day and a big show.
Thank you. Have a good day, too.
You're welcome. Aubrey Malia Ervin from the Apollo